Denver Mayor Mike Johnston delivered his 2024 State of the City address today, taking time to highlight some of the progress made over the past year, as well as take a look forward.
Denver 7's Brandon Richards shares Johnston's message and also spoke with city council members and a former mayor.
Denver Mayor Mike Johnston took the stage Monday, delivering his State of the City address.
Thank you.
The first topic, homelessness.
To many, there was no problem that seemed more unsolvable than street homelessness.
The mayor says the city has gotten more than 1,600 people off the streets and into transitional housing over the past year.
In these last 12 months, Denver has housed more people faster per capita than any city in America.
He then spoke about the arrival of more than 40,000 immigrants. He says the city and nonprofit partners responded, getting thousands into housing and authorized to work.
What was meant to be a crisis that would divide us, we turned into an opportunity to unite us.
On public safety, Johnston says crime has fallen, but also said police will step up patrols in high-risk areas, while at the same time building trust with community members.
We also know the best way to stop crime is to prevent it, and the best way to prevent crime is to build trust.
He also pledged to continue working to revitalize downtown and urged voters to support a ballot measure in November to provide more affordable housing through a 0.5% sales tax increase. City council members say while they think the mayor did a good job Monday,
I thought it was aspirational as well as a pretty good reflection of what's happened in the last 12 months. I think it's been a whirlwind of a year.
Some still want to see more specifics about what his programs will cost taxpayers in the years ahead.
I think Denver voters should be able to see what the 5-year plan is around those dollars and how they're going to be implemented throughout the city. We need to see that.
Thank you so much.
Johnston did get rave reviews from former Denver mayor and current U.S. Senator John Hickenlooper.
I think that vision that he painted about neighborhood safety and the downtown, this is what the city is ready for, is that new, energetic vision of what, if we all work together, what we can be.
In Denver, Brandon Richard, Denver 7.
And digging deeper here, Denver 7 spoke with Mayor Johnston after his address to learn more details about his priorities for the upcoming year.
Yeah, he spoke with our chief investigative reporter, Tony Kovaleski. And during that interview, Mayor Johnston talked about what he calls a relentless agenda to move the city of Denver forward. Now, specifically, he told Tony and stressed that the city cannot simply focus its change in one area, that he believes the goals he laid out are both ambitious and achievable. Now, he also took the opportunity during that interview to get the mayor's reaction and insight to the national news that unfolded yesterday in Washington, D.C.
I think that the letter President Biden wrote will go in the annals of history as one of the primary examples of what it means to love your country more than yourself. It was a selfless act. He's a fighter. He wanted to stay into the end, but he realized this country was better served by stepping out, and this is a new conversation about what's possible for a new leader.
Where do you stand? Do you want an open convention, or do you think Kamala is the candidate and we move on?
I think that Kamala has done the work and has built the coalition to be ready to step in and lead. I know she wants to earn and win the nomination. I think she will, and I think we'll be ready to support her when she does.
Tony Kovaleski's interview with the mayor continues tonight at 6 as the mayor reflects on his first year and discusses his agenda for year number 2 in office. As we know, he's a former educator, and Tony asked him to grade his first year as Denver's mayor. Well, that's coming up on Denver 7 News at 6.